Hey everybody, I'm showing off something super interesting. A Sonic 2 prototype. Two, actually multiple, but like, the other ones aren't as interesting. Anyway, two were leaked. This one was actually, sold off, I think eBay, and it was dumped by the buyer. And yeah, this is just a very early version of Sonic 2. Bunch of small differences. Like, for one, the audio is... Well, the music is from Sonic 1, this Starlight Zone. The spin dash, you can only rev it up once, and if Sonic runs into a wall, he falls over. There's also a ton of level design differences. Tails loses rings if he gets hit.
Oh.
Thank you for not keeping that Sega. That would be awful. Also, Sonic's sprite is a little bit different, and his walking animation is a lot smoother.
Yeah.
Like, I think it has double.
Right away, yeah.
I think it has like double the frame count.
I was gonna say, did they pull a Mania and put it in 60?
I don't think it's 60. That'd be ridiculous for a sprite in this era.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sign is very different. They realized Sonic does not look good from a front-facing view. I don't. Oh, that's an unused Badnik right there that killed immediately. So I don't show off every level because a lot of these levels... Yeah, that's the falling over thing.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm happy they fixed that. I don't show off every zone, but I do show off Emerald Hill just for the sake of showing, yeah, there's a bunch of minor differences in all these levels. In this build specifically, all the levels have Sonic 1 music, like Chemical Plant has Marble Zone music, which is really weird. Because this game is basically a Sonic 1 ROM hack. Even has the same exact level select screen.
So do they know how early this is?
Yes, but I don't have that information on hand. I'll just edit it in. Also, you might notice some garbage garbage graphics in the bottom of the screen.
Oh yeah.
That's actually there in the final game too. Most re-releases have patched it out, but if you play on the original Genesis, yeah, it's still there.
Oh, the boss is the same.
And the Sonic 1 boss music too. Sonic's sprite is so weird to me, like his pupils are massive compared to the final game.
I don't know if I like it or over the original or not, I don't know.
I like the better animation, but I definitely like the final sprite a lot more.
Yeah.
This sprite is like a...
I'm sorry. You notice when he's standing, like the little like circles that like outline his eyes like get like more blue.
This sprite is also like a weird combination of the Sonic 1 and 2 sprite. And now we have... Brendan, why are you taking so long? Yep, got the Sonic 1 level select, and... Freaking Green Hill Zone!
Oh.
It's in everything!
Wow. Oh.
Yes, this is just Green Hill Zone from Sonic 1 with horrible collision. And none of the badniks are in the final game, so the graphics are horrible. That's supposed to be a crab meat.
What is happening?
The collision is horrible. The collision is horribly messed up. At any point, you can just fall through the level. And there is a Game Shark code to fix this, but at that point, just play Sonic 1. No, I want to play the level where it's unplayable.
Oh.
Like that.
Whoa! He went straight down. What?
Oh, jeez. What is happening? Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah, you have to have debug mode for this.
What?
Oh yeah, I didn't even bring this up. This is in the final game too, and also in Sonic 1, but debug mode is a thing. I mess with it later. That's supposed to be a neutron, believe it or not.
Gosh.
No, a Motobug. You can't go through the loop. But yeah, debug mode is required for this.
Come on, Sonic. Come on. Come on. Roll into the ball.
Oh, no, he's upside down. Oh, come on.
Oh man. Oh, he's getting there. Oh. Never mind.
There you go. Now he's trying to run up the walls. Did a little too much coke in the trailer.
I actually do go through all of Green Hill, by the way.
Look how the background's kind of like weird too.
Yeah, there's a green streak speeding by. Green streak.
Sonic looks at you. You.
It looks like a disappointed face.
Why weren't you quicker?
There you go, Brendan. Thumbnail.
Green Hill again, all text. Like, all capitalized text.
Yeah.
Exclamation point, question mark, 1, exclamation point. That's our title.
Okay.
There you go. Figure it out.
Also, this is me trying to spell my YouTube series. I use too many rings because the game starts slowing down and deloading rings, so it doesn't work. And I think at this point I decided, screw it.
Oh, jeez.
It's supposed to say
rate.
DB64.
The frame rate. Oh.
You know, what if we got Sonic Forces and this is the Green Hill we got? The Green Hill that you can't even go through the loops.
Not,
You fall through.
it's not
the
Green Hill
ground
from
constantly.
Sonic 1, Green Hill from Sonic 2. Wait, what? Wait, what? Yeah, you heard me right.
Oh, the IGN guys were right. Green Hill Zone is in Sonic 2. Out of curiosity, you guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
Was that on a podcast I did?
You know, yeah, that Sonic was never good
Okay.
meme. One of the guys
yeah,
said,
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, during that podcast, one of the guys said Green Hill Zone from Sonic 2.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, and you know what? I guess he was right all along. Green Hill Zone is in Sonic 2.
Let's see, we got static.
What is Sonic doing? It looked like he was like jumping in places for a second to get the goal.
We got
Because the collision is horribly messed up. He couldn't walk to the right. Look at
It's
the
like
sky.
he's like doing like a little skip. Little skip
This is
this
me
step.
I like how
Go to the
Tails just
right.
frantically doesn't know what he's doing. He goes to the right, he goes to the left. Oh man, where are you going, Tails?
Oh, yeah, you just heard it off screen. Tails lost my rings. I am so happy that isn't a thing in the
Yeah,
final
dude.
game.
Jeez.
I love playing through this so much. It's worth playing the Sonic 2 prototype just for this.
How many shield containers do you need? What, 5? Okay.
Yeah, those are ring monitors in the original game. I don't know why they're shield monitors here. Another thing I should say, I wasn't playing the Genesis version for the main playthrough, and since I am for this, the shield doesn't look as good because it just doesn't look good in 30 FPS because it was designed with 60 in mind. So that's why it looks bad when you see me using a shield. Just want to get that out there.
Just trying to find solid ground.
It's so weird that, like, aside from the horribly broken collision, this is Sonic 1. Like, even the bosses here, all the badniks are there.
Oh.
It's just horribly broken. It's Sonic Genesis before Sonic Genesis.
We were
Wow,
warned.
that's terrifying. What is he swinging around? In
This-
fact, what is he?
Yeah.
Same.
Oh, Tails is back. Okay.
I forgot the screen doesn't lock
Yeah.
correctly. And it even has the Sonic 1 capsule,
Oh.
where you jump on it and Sonic immediately runs to the right instead of, the way it works in
And
2.
Tails is like, oh, okay.
Again, yeah, Sonic 2 is basically just a Sonic 1 ROM hack.
He's so
It's really
tiny.
weird to think about. That the way fans develop games now, like Genesis Sonic games now, is exactly how Sega developed Sonic 2.
That is way more pink than purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, the color scheme is very different. Hold on, there's a thing I want to mention in my notes. Oh yeah, never mind. Oh wait, yeah, I know. For some reason, never mind.
They-
Oh yeah, I didn't show much of that because it's mostly just unfinished chemical plant, but I felt like it was worth showing off regardless.
So, if you chose stage 3, what does it actually load of that zone?
I think it either loads nothing or the same level.
Is this the unfinished version of Hidden Palace?
Yeah, this is Hidden Palace. It has Spring Yard Zone in the background. But yeah, this level design is in the Android version we played for the main playthrough. But it eventually just abruptly ends. And there's also way less here, like way less pathways. There's not as many monitors or badniks. But yeah, it's strange that those badniks are technically considered new badniks in the Android version, but they kind of already existed since 1992. Like, they just didn't become official until
Right.
2013.
Whoa.
Okay, so you're supposed to be able to break these, but, like, they obviously didn't finish it,
Uh-huh.
so you can't. So this is me trying to debug mode my way through, but I just warped to the top.
What is happening?
But I'm really happy this exists because this is so interesting to go through. I love when games I like have like early builds leaked. Like that recently happened to Spyro 1. And I was thinking about making an extra part for that playthrough, but there's so much to show off there. I don't know how I want to cover it. Not saying I won't do it, I just don't know how I'm going to do it. So the Spyro 1 playthrough might not be done.
So, okay, so it's still going then? Somehow?
Yeah, like I said, I might want to show off the prototype for that.
Wait,
Unfortunately, Bubba isn't in it. I'm sorry to tell you.
I was referring to the
Only, like-
zone, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So this is supposed to be hold on, I have this in my notes. Okay, so that's just Labyrinth Zone with chemical plants tiling. I don't know what zone it's supposed to be though. And now we have Hilltop with Scrap Brain music. That's fitting.
I was gonna say.
Tails lost my rings.
Yeah.
Well, you got through at least.
Well, wait.
So yeah,
It actually worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the heck?
yeah, it's only Green Hill that's horribly broken. The collision everywhere else is fine.
Okay.
This is where I find out the lava is harmless.
Hey. Man, it's really toasty down here, but it doesn't hurt.
Hey, Tails, come in. The water's fine.
No, I think not.
I don't think this is such a good idea, Sonic.
Then Line of Rings, I think, is supposed to signify when you transition layers. I'm not sure, though. That's just a guess.
So is Sonic just a really bad influence, and Tails is like the very impressionable kid?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what we've concluded.
Hey, Tails! Do drugs!
Oh,
Okay, Sonic!
apparently you can run through.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because it has Scrap Brain Zone's borders. So, like, there is actually more level design beyond that. Anyway, this is a Simon Y prototype. This was stolen in a toy fair and dumped, and it was stolen in a toy fair and dumped and sold illegally in the Chinese market as Sonic 2. Anyway, this is Wood Zone. Obviously, it's another unused zone. There's not much to it, but despite the music being a remix of Metropolis, it's actually a past version of Chemical Plant. Yes, a past version. Sonic 2 was originally going to have time travel, but Sonic 2 eventually split development into two different games, Sonic 2 and Sonic CD. So yeah, 2 and CD were going to be the same game. That's the only bit of time travel left in the game's
That's
data,
cool.
though.
Alright, what's next?
And here we have Metropolis. I don't show much of this because it's not that different. I mean, like, it's horribly unfinished, but there's not, like, any unused mechanics or
Right.
anything.
And it's Metropolis, so.
Yeah. Also, I think this is, like, the only worthwhile thing.
Just kidding.
Ew!
Get me out of this hell! And, oh, yep. The music here is very different. The melody itself is the same, but the instrumentation is way more annoying.
Oh.
Yeah.
It just sounds way off and wrong.
Yeah.
Ew.
It sounds like a Sonic 4 version of Sonic 2's music.
You mean Giant Cats?
Tails, get off that.
Yeah. You're losing my rings! Oh yeah, I'm using debug mode, doesn't matter.
What is happening?
It's like you keep forgetting that you have.
Oh, I didn't use debug mode there, I just walked to the right.
Oh, apparently that lava hurts.
Okay.
So.
Oh yeah, this is a later build. This is a Simon Y build.
Okay.
Yeah, again, this was sold in the Chinese market, so there's a bunch of Chinese kids growing up thinking Sonic 2 has like 4 zones. and only one boss fight in the final zone is the easiest because Emerald Hill is a final boss. Emerald Hill is a final level.
Why?
Oh, I am so bad at this. The first build is the Nick Arcade build. It's called a Nick Arcade build because it's the same exact build that was shown on the Nickelodeon game show Nick Arcade in the 90s. Tails is like endless loop of death.
Poor Tails.
So yeah, these builds have like a really interesting history, and the reason we know this was stolen at a toy fair because someone asked Izuka how did a Sonic 2 prototype leak, and he said, "Well, back when we were showing off Sonic 2, someone stole one of the carts at a toy fair."
Oh. What?
Oh, really?
So I'm trying to do so I'm trying to do a thing here. I didn't think it would actually work, but in Emerald Hill Zone, if you spam waterfalls enough in a certain way, you can get Sonic's color palette to change to black and green, and of course people decide to make that a fan character named Ashura. I was trying to get that to happen to Sonic, and it kind of worked.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Wait, a bat? Wait, go back.
Sonic on the Game Boy?
You mean Sonic Adventure 7?
Yes?
It's a bootleg.
Now we're getting to EXE territory.
There we go. Perfect.
Alright, Oil Ocean is another zone with not too much. Like, it's mostly just unfinished, but there's a really weird, unused mechanic. This. I don't know what's up with these or what their purpose is.
Huh.
I think there was something similar in Green Hill Zone. There's these balls you can move around. And for some reason they put them back in Sonic Mania's debug mode, not the actual game. So they made, like, they referenced unused content and continued to make it unused.
I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you have to make a really awkward jump to get out. And I think this music is multiplayer Mystic Cave. I'm not sure, though. I don't know the multiplayer music all that well.
I forgot that Sonic 2 is multiplayer.
Yeah, it's not that great, that's why. For the viewers listening, basically you just race through levels as Sonic or Tails at like half the frame rate. That's being generous, quarter of the frame rate. And it's not even a race, it's about who gets enough points. And that's kind of lame, who cares?
Definitely like a last minute addition they put in.
Yeah. So Mystic Cave Zone almost feels like a test level because all of the obstacles are like at the very beginning of the level and it ends very quickly. I don't know if it actually is a test level. Oh yeah, another thing about this is this is actually referred to as Dust Hill Zone in the level select. No, Mystic Cave Zone was not going to be called Dust Hill Zone. That's actually an unused level, which would later become crap, what was that level? It was an unused level in the Android version of Sonic CD, and that was also was left unused, and that eventually became Mirage Saloon Zone from Sonic Mania.
What is happening?
Okay, yeah, so Casino Night looks very, very different, and is almost as broken as Green Hill Zone.
Jeez.
I'm happy they didn't go with this palette. I don't like it.
Purple and blue.
Is it just me or the music's really slowed down too?
Yeah, it is. A lot of the music in this has like slight variations. Mostly it's just like a pitch difference or a speed difference. But yeah, this one's much slower.
It just feels more depressing than...
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. You can make any song sound depressing just by singing it slowly. That's what Grant Kirkhope did to Spiral Mountain in Banjo-Tooie.
I mean, to his credit, it did work.
Game over.
I love when you get a game over a pit. Someone needs to make this a GIF.
Save me, Sonic! No, save me, Tails!
Alright, now we have Act 2. I just want to show this off because the background is broken.
Just these massive casino boards.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be displaying like that. And And now we have Genocide City Zone, the
Oh,
moment you've all been waiting for. The greatest unused level in video game history.
What a statement.
Alright,
Alright.
I'm disappointed.
Genocide City Zone, everyone!
Wow, that's true to its name.
Alright, so the context for this level is Sonic Team doesn't have a firm grasp on the English language, and they thought genocide sounded cool. If it would remain in the game, it would likely be called Cyber City Zone, and this level actually isn't technically unused because it turned into Metropolis Zone Act 3, which is why that zone has 3 acts. So yeah. Genocide City Zone, I hope it was everything you hoped.
I like how
it
the
would be.
time counter is bouncing back and forth. Jeez.
Yeah, because I was using debug mode. Debug mode it gives you different kinds of info when you have it on.
Alright, looks promising.
But yeah, this is another example where the level isn't exactly different, it's just unfinished. Like, I think it's mostly the same, just there's no badniks. Like, yeah, I don't think there's any enemies in this at all.
It's easy mode.
Yeah. Actually, Sonic 2 Easy Mode already exists if you have Sonic Jam. Which,
Good luck.
I know none of you
Yeah.
do.
You only need...
First off, you need a Saturn. Second off, you need like over $100 to even get Sonic Jam.
You're not wrong.
I think this is no, there is an Act 2. Act 2, I didn't get very far because I just rushed it and I completely forgot that there is no lower half of this level. Yeah, that wasn't finished.
Huh.
Now we have Death Egg Zone.
And
Wow.
it's another fall.
Sonic 2, everyone!
That's how we ended, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I was doing an order, so yeah, it had to be anticlimactic. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that was Sonic 2, right?
Yeah, I honestly had a lot of fun showing off all that stuff, and I'm going to do a very similar thing for Crash 1, so I'm looking forward to that.
Alright,
Anyway,
yeah, we hope you enjoyed
yeah,
it, so...
Next time we do the Sonic series, it's going to be Sonic CD. I wish it was 3 and Knuckles, but apparently Sega doesn't know how to count. For some reason, they think CD comes after 2.
Well, I guess until then.
That was a dumb... That
Was.
a dumb joke.
I went with
Anyway.
it, though. Alright, I'll see you guys then.
And K comes after 3.
Oh my god.
Alright,
Bye.
bye.
Alright, bye for realsies.
K comes after